engine. Not only is this very expensive, but it's not mine, and it needs to sell tonight. So, things to think about. What's up guys, my name is Elliott and I'm still here at Worldwide Auctioneers. We have had an awesome couple of days here at the auction. We've sold some amazing cars. Today is the big day. This is Saturday and that's when you're gonna see all of the cars in this room being sold, including the Rolls-Royce from the film The Great Gatsby from back in the 70s with Robert Redford. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. Today, I get the incredible opportunity to drive two older supercars, and one of which kind of has an interesting spec, as you can probably tell from the thumbnail and the title. It's this 1991 Acura NSX, a car that everyone loves and is universally renowned as being a good car. Of course, there's no real wrong way to order an NSX, or is there? This one kind of has the only thing you can do to make an NSX be not so good, and that is on the interior. That's kind of bad news, but I'm here to find out, is that transmission going to ruin the car, or is the NSX good enough to stand on its own as just the good platform that Ayrton Senna himself helped develop? That's what we're gonna find out today, and that's what we're gonna do. And then after this, we get to drive something even more special, and I'll show you that in a second. So to start out with what this car is, you guys are all familiar with it, but to catch you up, this is Acura's supercar. This was kind of the answer to be the everyday Ferrari, because when this was made in 1991, supercars like Lamborghinis and Ferraris were not very reliable. In fact, they didn't really get reliable until pretty much the late 2000s. But that all changed with the Acura NSX. They made a car that looks like a Ferrari and a Lamborghini by all intents and purposes, but could be everyday drivable because it's powered by a 251 horsepower VTEC V6. So yeah, that doesn't sound very supercar-y, but remember, this thing weighs just barely over 3,000 pounds, so it's got a pretty good power to weight ratio. But again, the main thing that this car has going for it is Honda reliability. Now, they didn't just start at making an economy car that looks like a supercar. They actually made this thing to handle, and they used Ayrton Senna to help dial this thing in. This car is known for its handling prowess. This thing was a world beater at the time, and remember, it was also a fraction of the cost of any Lamborghini or Ferrari, but you got all the supercar looks. So the question I have today is this good car in a bad spec with the automatic transmission still worth it? And thanks to the folks at Worldwide Auctioneers, I actually get to drive this car, which is unheard of for an auction. So we're gonna take this thing out on the road, and I'm gonna see if the automatic transmission completely ruins this car or if it's still worth it. Stepping off a curb here. There we go. Waiting for this F-150. I feel like, isn't that the story of our lives as car guys? Waiting on F-150s. Now, I gotta say, my camera guy is absolutely crammed in here. The dude is like 6'5", and although I've got a bunch of room, he does not. One thing right off the bat that's immediate is, first of all, I'm kind of in a stop and go traffic situation, and here's one thing the automatic transmission is good for. I don't have to worry about it. Another thing you can tell right off the bat is just the seating position, everything like that. The visibility is fantastic. Now I've driven, Lamborghinis and Ferraris from this era, and visibility is good, but this is like really good. I mean, you have the classic mid-engine car visibility of just the hood disappearing in front of you because it's only like a foot long anyway. But you also have 90s safety standards, so the windowsill isn't up to my neck. Like, I can see all around me very, very well, and that's a great thing for a car like this. Ride's pretty good, considering this is not the smoothest of roads. I wish I could take this turn faster, but steering feel is good. You good, or are you just massively uncomfortable?
Oh, no, I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, see what that Mustang just did? That's what we're gonna do. But in this, and with an automatic, and with half the horsepower. Now we will see whether the automatic transmission helps or hurts this car. Let's go NSX. Okay. Honestly, I was expecting this thing to be a little more anemic than that. That was pretty good. I really did. I went into this review kind of biased, thinking this isn't going to be that good. On paper, it's not. 250 horsepower isn't that much even with a manual, and with an automatic sucking the rest of the horsepower out, doesn't leave you with much. And this thing surprised me. I'll say that. All right, one more quick romp. It kind of shifts pretty good too. Yeah, so you get your torque converter shifts here. And here's the thing, NSXs have been always known as what I would say not fast. And we weren't going breakneck speeds there, but I'll also say it wasn't slow. I wouldn't put this in the category as my Prius. I mean, this thing was actually really good. Combine that with the handling, that doesn't change whether you get the automatic or not, the visibility, the price, and the reliability. This car is fantastic. I am not going to knock on automatic NSXs ever again, I think. Wow. I think my dad would love this thing. We gotta hustle back because the car I really want to drive, well, it's getting trafficy-er, and I really want to make sure we can drive that car. And to do that, I'm going to have to exercise my power of driving a car that's in the auction and working for Worldwide and go the opposite way on a one-way street. Because otherwise, it'll take us 30 minutes to get in there. There's a car coming too, so this will be great. Good news is there's enough room for all of us. Don't worry, Oleg. There's enough room. Sorry, everybody. Sorry. Yep, it's a one-way. Don't worry about it. That worked though. Look at that. We cut like 30 minutes out of our time right there. See, that's what you got to do sometimes, folks. Just go literally against the grain. Salmon-like. We were swimming upstream right there. See, when you have an auction car, everyone's like, oh, do whatever you want. If I was in my rental Honda, not my rental Honda, everyone would have been like, what are you doing? You gotta stop. Well, that completely changed my opinion of this car. Like I said, I went in kind of biased, but I think I like it. Now, thanks to Worldwide Auctioneers, we actually get to drive something else that only came in automatic, and it's over here. It's got a little bit more horsepower though. Now, here is a car that the automatic transmission didn't ruin because it was the only way you could get it. This is the Mercedes-Benz McLaren SLR. Now, this is a 617 horsepower supercharged V8 of a monster that was totally built on F1 technology. Now, this came from a time when Mercedes and AMG were still flirting, but this car has nothing AMG on it. This was all McLaren and Mercedes together. Now, remember, McLaren hadn't made a road car since the F1, so they were kind of testing out road car technology again with this, and boy, did they get it right. This thing oozes cool and oozes badassness. Look at it, first of all, kind of looks like the Batmobile in black especially, but it's got so much cool technology, and obviously my favorite thing on most cars, it's got cool doors. And inside you'll see, like I said, the only transmission available, an automatic. But this is a little bit of a beefed up transmission, and because it's like 20 years newer, it's a little bit better of a transmission. Now, all things told, I have driven one of these before, but the one I drove was Paris Hilton's, and it was stock, and it was kind of a different little car, and I got to do that with Ed Boley, and I was very fortunate to do that. The one here at Worldwide has actually had some modifications, namely right here in the tune of this exhaust. Now, these cars were always touted as being too quiet, which is impossible to believe given the proximity of engine to exhaust, but this car has received a set of aftermarket pipes that I'm very, very excited to hear. But beyond the side exhaust, it's got one of my other favorite features that any car has, movable bodywork. So check this thing out. Not only does it come up as a spoiler when you get to a certain speed, but if you apply the brakes, it comes up as an air brake, and because it's movable, I can make it move without driving. Check this out. So that's full air brake. And then this is what it does when you're just like going fast. And then air brake. How cool is that? I've seen the videos where guys will sit there and flap this at a police officer because it's just rude. Everything about this car is rude, and I love it. Let's go take it out for a drive. Driving the modded Mercedes McLaren SLR. Oh my God, it's kind of boat-like, honestly. It's not the sound you expect out of your Formula One derived carbon fiber chassis Mercedes. That's for sure. I have driven an SLR before, but that does not make this any less nerve-wracking. This car's proportions are massive. I feel like I'm in a pillbox, and I know that there's 14 feet of very expensive hood in front of me. We can check the handling a little bit. Man, it's so boat-like. Oh, yep, handles well. Sorry, Oleg. I hope the sound is getting even a portion of what it sounds like in person. Because what a car. Hey, there's a guy in a C4 Corvette. He's probably wondering why a guy in an SLR is waving at him. I'm just like such a Corvette guy. I'm like, oh, Corvette. And this guy's like, why is a guy in a $500,000 car giving me a wave? Sex. Oh, hey, beautiful. Thank you. It's for sale tonight. Okay, that's on my price right now. Not only is this very expensive, but it's not mine. And it needs to sell tonight. So, things to think about. But again, opportunities that are only available from Worldwide. They actually trust their cars to be able to make it on a test drive, which is unlike any other auction. Any other auction wouldn't even let you start a car, let alone do this. All right, you ready, Oleg? You get the SLR experience here. Woo. Now, unlike the NSX, this thing was fighting for traction, and that was a good speed. Wow. I love this thing, especially with the exhaust. Oh my gosh, whoever buys this is getting one heck of a vehicle, to the point where I might do that again. And then we got the air brake going on behind us. This thing rolls so much. You can't see it, but my cameraman is smiling immensely. Do you think it's better than the NSX? Yeah. Oh, thank you for not taking the front end off there, Dodge. That would have been bad. And automatic transmission again, remember, so. This thing. Oh my God. All right, this thing rules. I think we can say that. So in summary, from driving these two cars back to back, I would say the automatic transmission, the old torque converter automatic, every car enthusiast's enemy, well, it doesn't ruin these cars. It actually makes them great, because guess what? This thing just settles right back down. I could wait in this traffic line if I wanted to, but I've got a monster when I put my right foot down, and I don't have to really do anything about it. What more can you want? And now I got to do the oncoming lane thing again. Unlike the NSX, I think the NSX is like at that price point, and it's cute, and it's from the 90s, where everyone's like, oh, hey. I feel like I look like a jerk doing it in this. Sorry, everybody. Doing the traffic thing again. Everyone's gonna think I'm an elitist. I mean, I'm dressed like one. I'm driving an expensive car. I'm breaking the rules. I mean, who's to say that I'm not in their eyes? Other than anybody watching this video who didn't witness me doing this. I promise I'm not. I'm an everyman. I just drove a Honda. Woo. All right, well, still love the doors. There is nothing like an SLR, and like I said, turns out the automatic transmission doesn't ruin some of the best performance cars in the world. That's gonna do it for this video, guys. Huge shout out to the folks at Worldwide Auctioneers. This has been a tremendous opportunity. Be sure to check the live stream out if I haven't already aired that. Be sure to follow me on all the social media. I'm stumbling through my words because I get so excited after driving an SLR. But thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next video. I actually, again, had the opportunity to drive this very car this morning for a video I was doing for my YouTube channel. And I gotta say, wow. Yeah. Did I break the law in it? Possibly. Maybe. We have video. You know, yeah. We can go back and look at that. Oh, true, we do have a video. True. Okay, yeah, you're right. All right, no, it's a great car, and I can't. Somebody's gonna go home very, very happy. All right, let's see who that person is. Rod, back to you on the block. 5 at $255,000. Don't miss it, interweb. For the second time, third time, final call. Sold. You got it, guys. Sold. The only way you could get it. This is the shit. Let me start over. 2006 Mercedes-Benz McLaren. This is the Mercedes-McLaren. Do you hear me saying McLaren?